Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Katie Asco from Dublin, Ireland, and these are your latest headlines from around the world. On Wednesday, October 13th, Pope Francis approved a miracle attributed to the intercession of Pope John Paul I. The validated miracle is the healing of an 11-year-old girl who suffered with acute inflammatory encephalopathy, septic shock and other illnesses, and whom doctors had deemed was close to death. Originally known as Cardinal Albino Luciani, the Patriarch of the See of Venice in Italy, Pope John Paul I began his papacy on August 26th in 1978. He was popularly known as the Smiling Pope, though his term was abruptly ended only 33 days in when he died of a cardiac arrest. He was declared venerable by Pope Francis in 2017, and it is believed will soon be beatified. A Catholic Archbishop in Cameroon has decried the apathy of the world in ignoring the daily killings in his country. Archbishop Nkea Fuanya of Bamenda, the capital of the Anglophone region in Cameroon, lamented how the press talks about killings and massacres in all parts of the world, but turns a blind eye to the atrocities committed in Cameroon. While speaking to a Catholic news organization in Rome, the prelate said that thousands have died in his region over the past 5 years. An armed group named Amba Boys is fighting against government troops in order to secure independence for the English-speaking region. The Archbishop said that the silence of the world about the atrocities committed in the Anglophone region aggravates the situation and more weapons are circulating among the separatists. Bishops in Mexico have appealed to believers and people of goodwill to oppose reform of the civil code in redefining natural marriage between a man and a woman. The prelates urged Catholics as well as non-Catholics and non-Christians to defend the truth of marriage and its immutable anthropological structure. The bishops hailed the traditional family as the fundamental cell of society and reiterated the sanctity of life. They also exhorted Christian lawmakers to exercise their moral duty to respect the right to religious freedom and become aware of the attempt to redefine marriage as a threat to the common good. Minority rights organizations in Pakistan have shown deep concern over the blocking of a bill aimed at curbing forced conversions of minors in the Muslim-majority nation. A special parliamentary committee had proposed a bill to prevent the growing number of abductions and forced conversions to Islam of young girls from minority groups. However, hardliners in the parliament argued that the legislation went against Islam and as a result have blocked it. Although Pakistan has laws that protect members belonging to religious minorities and criminalizes underage marriages, kidnappers often sidestep such rules and abduct minor Christian, Hindu and Sikh girls and force them to convert to Islam and marry. Matthias Pertula, Advocacy Director of International Christian Concern, has slammed the Pakistani government's failure to tackle the issue and said that had the government been serious, it would have passed the bill to stop the atrocious practice. 3 seminarians who were kidnapped in Nigeria's Kaduna state on Monday, October 11th, have been released. The Diocese of Kafanchan said on Wednesday that the 3 youths were released 48 hours after their abduction. On Monday, armed bandits attacked the Christ the King Seminary at 7:30 p.m. local time. They stormed the chapel and abducted 3 seminarians who were in their 4th year of theology. 6 others were injured in the attack and were rushed to hospital, where their condition is stable. Father Emmanuel Kolo, Chancellor of the Diocese of Kafanchan, thanked everyone who prayed for their quick release. However, it is not known whether a ransom was paid to release the abducted. A Catholic church and a Protestant worship centre in southern Chile were damaged by fire in the early hours of Tuesday, October 12th. Both the buildings suffered damage, but no one was hurt. The Archbishop of Concepcion issued a statement lamenting the fire outbreak in both places of worship. Investigators say they are conducting a probe to determine whether it was arson. President of Chile, Sebastián Piñera, said that the acts of violence in the southern parts of the country against private property, public officials and people are linked to drug trafficking, terrorism and organised crime. In recent years, there has been an array of attacks on Catholic churches in Chile. Norway is in shock after 5 people were killed by a 37-year-old man using a bow and arrows on Wednesday evening, October 13th. 2 others, including an off-duty police officer, were injured in the attack. The assailant, who is a Danish citizen, was arrested and is in police custody. Police said on Thursday that the attack took place in various locations across Kongsberg town, 68 kilometres southwest of the capital Oslo. The suspect is believed to have acted alone, and police are investigating a possible terror angle. Police officers have also been told to carry firearms as an additional emergency measure, while usually they need prior approval. A senior minister in the Australian state of New South Wales has spoken out against the proposed voluntary assisted dying bill. Finance Minister Damien Tudhope has compared the legislation to state-sanctioned murder of vulnerable individuals. Any proposal to legalise assisted suicide, according to the minister, would be plain wrong and contradict recent efforts by the government to safeguard vulnerable individuals. Under the proposed bill, doctors would be allowed to suggest euthanasia to their patients as long as information about treatment options and palliative care is provided. Some MPs who previously opposed the bill appear to have signalled a shift in their opinion, says Tudhope. Sydney Archbishop Anthony Fisher has also urged New South Wales MPs to oppose the proposed euthanasia legislation. Those are your latest headlines. Do join us tomorrow and visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.